Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 13th. This week you have this card that says, what do you need to release? You also have this card that says, take time to breathe out. Yes. And it does seem to be a good time for releasing things like this Mercury retrograde that we're about to have. I don't know, it just seemed like, again, I have noticed a lot of people getting these messages of releasing something or letting go of something like more than normal, right? So, that definitely is a theme that is coming up for people. It's kind of like, I think we're in a significant change time where we are kind of like entering into the new earth, as I always talk about. I think we already have, actually, but it's like the worlds are splitting and people are making choices about like which world they want to live in. And it's like we just have to make the decision. We have to let go of the old world and step into the new one. And I think a lot of people, like our life choices right now, kind of reflect that or will reflect that. And there is no right or wrong answer here. It's about you. So, like, what do you want, right? And that's kind of like what I would be thinking about here, Virgo. You have the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Devil. Again, all the July readings basically have the Devil in them. So a lot of people seem to be taking control of things that are toxic for them. Or, this could be people, places, or things, and they could be removing those things from their lives. I also think it would be a great time for Virgo to just charge ahead with whatever you're doing. I do get, again, this is Aries, which is, a ram, but I do get a little bit of that, like, bull in a china shop energy here. So, yes, I understand that would be Taurus, but again, I read intuitively, and I give the messages I receive. So I feel a little bit of that kind of like charging forward, bull in a china shop energy here. Especially if you're like working on something new. This is like one of the few times where I would say this is actually a good idea and not a bad idea. Usually during Mercury retrograde, we should be patient. We should take our time. We should make sure we're, not making mistakes that don't need to be made, although that's not exactly true because Mercury retrograde is a great time to make mistakes. But those are kind of like two different things, right? It's like we shouldn't make mistakes that could be easily avoided. The type of mistake that we should make during a Mercury retrograde is a learning mistake where we learn something for the mistake that we made, right? And, that's what we should pay attention to. But again, I feel pretty good about this Emperor. I feel like you're taking the lead, making things happen, moving forward. I feel all that with the Emperor energy there. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords about seeing things clearly for the first time. She has clouds only halfway up her body, and she's looking forward into the future, Virgo, and she's seeing things clearly. I feel like you are accepting some sort of truth into your life, which is weird. I almost never say that with the Queen of Swords, but it just kind of seems to me like you're accepting a truth. I feel like this is something that you see, though, with your eyeballs, literally. It's like a truth, like no one is coming to you and telling you the truth is what I'm trying to say. I feel like there is a truth that you're admitting to yourself here with the Queen of Swords. I feel it's very good. It could be a little bit uncomfortable, but good at the same time with the Devil. It's like, we could be admitting to ourselves that a person is toxic, and maybe we enjoy the person, but maybe we know that we have to walk away from that person or spend less time with a person or whatever, right? It doesn't even have to be love. It could be anything. Could also be a behavior that we have, right? It's like we can enjoy something, but we can decide it's not good for us. I haven't had a drink in almost 3 years, going on 3 years now. And I just decided to quit one day, and it was a New Year's resolution and I just have never gone back, right? And it's like, yeah, I used to enjoy whiskey here and there, but now I'm just like, no, I don't need it anymore, right? And so that's kind of the feeling I get here with the Devil, where it's like, I don't think it's too serious, but I just think you're kind of saying, like, I don't need this habit or this thing in my life any longer. And this card here says, what do you need to release? And I feel like you will receive many blessings because you are letting it go, right? And so there you go. With the Emperor, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about like putting up boundaries, and Mercury retrogrades are good for setting boundaries, especially with people, making sure that you only have so much time during the day. And again, with Mercury retrograde, it's already confusing enough. So sometimes we have to set boundaries with people who are confusing us, or if there are people who are confusing you, you need to put up boundaries so they don't confuse you. And I definitely get all of that with that card. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups Ace of Cups is about what makes you happy. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing and being very happy. Ace of Cups, of course, can be love, and there is love here. You have the Two of Cups, which is great. You have the Ace of Cups at the end. I didn't even see it. So there definitely could be a new love connection coming in for you, but I kind of feel this is like bigger picture than that, Virgo. I feel you are deciding like what makes you happy, what activities, what habits, what, things, what, things you enjoy in life. All that is popping into my head. It's like you're deciding, making all these decisions about what brings you joy. And I feel that basically you should do more of those things, right? You should do more of the things that bring you joy. With the Devil, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. So all three Earth signs have had this card this week, which makes sense. I think it is a heart-based time for Earth signs. I also think it's time to make your own decisions, is what it's saying. It's like saying you need to make decisions from your own, you need to be your own mental point of origin, as they say. And this might seem a little bit selfish, but I think that once you start making decisions from your own inner place, that's like where the best life can come from, right? It's like too many people try to do it backwards, like in love, for example, right? We get into love and we kind of like fall into someone else's idea of life. We start doing things that they do. Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way, but it becomes a problem when you lose your identity, right? So it's like on a certain level, we have to kind of like hold our identity, and I kind of feel the Queen of Cups is saying that. And not just in love. That was just an example. All areas of your life. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Lion Spirit. It says, be generous of spirit. You have a Spider Spirit. It says, make your dreams real. Yes, it is an amazing time to do this. We have one more chance. Neptune will be retrograding into Pisces. We have like one more chance to really live the big impossible dream. That doesn't mean you're going to accomplish it. Now is the time to get started, right? I always tell people, it's like, we're talking, Neptune is the big impossible dream. So even if something seems impossible, even if you only get 10% of the way there, that will probably be 10 times better than what your life is right now. So that's why I encourage people to go impossible, not realistic right now. Because again, will you get the big thing? Maybe. You might shock yourself. You might be able to do it. But even if you don't, that your dream should be so big that even 10% would blow your socks off, right? So I feel that, you should take whatever your dream is and like really go for it. And if you do that, you will be successful. The thing about the spider is about having a process. The spider is about, you have to weave a web to catch your bugs. And I am a huge fan of having a process right now, just having a simple process to follow. Like, it could be A, B, C, steps that you take in business, steps you take to build your love life, whatever. It's like having a process for the things you're doing right now is very good. You have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Ten of Swords says something is done over with. Obviously, what do you need to release? The Ten of Swords is a blessing in disguise. So if we let go of whatever we're supposed to let go of, then we will be set free and things will go well. So don't be afraid to release things that no longer serve you here, Virgo. I think it'll be good for you. You have the Knight of Wands. It's like, I think you need to have new experiences. I feel very random about this card, and it is kind of a random card. Knight of Wands is very spontaneous, but I really do feel it is encouraging you. I've said this to you before. South Node in Virgo, right? South Node in Virgo encourages you to be messy, and it encourages you to not need things to look a certain way. Whatever it is that you're starting, whatever it is that you're doing. And it doesn't say you have to like fully commit to these things. It just says, try it, see what happens, right? And I feel like embracing a little bit more of that messy kind of like just let's see what happens, spontaneous energy would be very good for you at this time. This has been coming up for you a while, and it's going to continue to come up for you just based off the astrology. It doesn't really surprise me. I would also look into mysteries here. He's got these pyramids here. We are in a very mysterious time. I kind of think this is true for everyone right now, where if there's just something you don't know, learn about it, because you never know what you might discover, right? And that's like the time we're in. We're kind of like in a little bit of an Indiana Jones time, as I say, where it's like it's a crazy time. It seems crazy. There's weirdness going on. We're not sure where we're going to end up, but we're looking for treasure, and I feel this is kind of encouraging you to find your treasure, find your gold. You have the Two of Wands, same thing. Two of Wands is about kind of like variety. Two of Wands, the story of this card is that he rushed to a finish line. He didn't really enjoy the process, but now he thinks he knows everything, but really he doesn't. There are so many like new things, different things that he could experience if he got out into the world. So he's looking at the world from a limited perspective, and the Two of Wands wants you to expand your perspective on the world. But the only way to do that is to go see the world. And so you have to travel. Maybe, but this doesn't even have to be literal. This could be more figurative. It's like maybe you want to grow in business. Maybe what you don't know is that there are a million ways to do your job, and if you go learn about them, it could lead to improvement. Same thing in love. It's like learning about love, could lead to something. So I would learn and explore with this card and the Knight of Wands and also the Page of Wands. With the Ten of Swords, you have two cards. You have the Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can be marriage. So if you are looking for love, definitely could be a solid marriage, love connection coming in for you here. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. So, there could be a lot of options for you in love at this time. And, I don't know. I think people that are holding it down right now, which most people who watch Minnow Tarot are holding it down for sure. I feel like that type of energy is very attractive right now. And so, I think naturally you could just be kind of attracting more people because of that. It's like stable emotion, like being in a stable place. Even if you're not perfectly stable, even if you're just acting as if you're stable, I think that can be enough to attract people. And so there you go. Four of Wands also freedom. So you could be setting yourself free from something with that Four of Wands energy. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. A lot of healing. I'm pretty sure in your bonus reading, we talked about you going through healing at this time. We have a lot of stuff that would encourage healing. Chiron's been in Aries. Chiron is a wounded healer. Quite frankly, I think Chiron in Aries is the biggest pain in the ass in the world. So, having it in Aries, and it's just been lingering. It's just been lingering there. And we have like Neptune and Saturn there as well. And so it's kind of like a pain. And, I think a lot of people could be like going through healings at this time or just whatever, healing from issues, challenges, all sorts of stuff. With the Two of Wands, you have the Emperor. This is saying that you have to take the lead here in your life. So you have to be the one to break free from comfort zones, from, things that are holding you back. I also feel that if you've been waiting for an opportunity, that there is going to be an opportunity that's being presented to you to set yourself free. The Emperor, he has his armor on underneath his cloak, and it says that he's been, he's ready to go at a moment's notice. But I kind of feel like you've just been waiting for an opportunity, and it seems to me like there is an opportunity that is going to be presenting itself. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, can't make this one up. It says practice freedom. It says release the weight of judgment. You have this do what you need to do. It says it may be difficult, but now is the time. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to act as if you are free from something, and I think doing that will be a good thing for you. Definitely seems to be a good time for Virgo to be putting themselves first. I'm pretty sure, again, in your bonus reading that I just did for you for July, I'm pretty sure it was all about you putting yourself first. So there you go. Next, you have the Two of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Two of Cups is like a perfect match. So there could be some sort of perfect match coming in for you with the Two of Cups, or, a solid match in love or whatever that's coming in for you here. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be finding, like a perfect match coming into your life, and that would obviously be a good thing. I also have something about like really happy communication coming in for you as well, Virgo. So number one, I'm getting like two things here. Number one, if you're like literally just waiting for good news or if you're waiting for like approval on something or something, that could be the happy news that you're getting. I also think this could be a person that you're hoping will talk to you. And so if you're looking for love, this could be a person that you're just hoping would talk to you, and I feel like they are. So, definitely very positive for love or love connection. I feel like this is like very well balanced as well. The lion here can represent the ego. On the Two of Cups, this can be good or bad. It depends obviously on what type of person you're attracting, but this kind of seems to me like the two of you balance each other out is more the energy I get here. And yeah, you might be attracting a person who has a little bit of an ego, but I always say it's like an ego really, like if a person says something and they can do it, is that really ego? I would say no. It's like if you got it, flaunt it. I'm a big believer in that. And, again, if someone says they can do something and they actually do it, then that's not really ego. That's confidence, right? So, I don't really think this person has an ego issue or anything like that. But there is something about the ego that's popping up in my head. But it's almost like you balance each other out. I feel very good about this. I don't know. There you go. Next, sorry, I'm not going to be able to get it because this is a new deck and it's perfectly flat. It lays perfectly flat to the table, and I don't have nails, so I can't get it. But you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, card of independence, card of focus. I feel like a lot of you have been, sometimes I think this can just be a card of focusing on yourself. in a good way. It's a card of practicing gratitude and luxury. And I think when we do that in life, then we get better things in life because we are focused on what we want. Just that simple. I also think this is an amazing card for your environment. It's really funny because I think that you could be doing, like, all of a sudden there could be a lot of movement. Now, one thing that's popping into my head is December. So I don't know if you're moving around in December or whatever. I don't trust psychic timing at all. The universe doesn't wear a watch. Things happen when they're going to happen. But if you're like, but I also think after December, so basically next year, there could be a lot of movement for you, like all of next year. You could be traveling a lot for business or work. You could just be traveling for whatever reasons. You could be getting into, but this could be local as well. Like you could be getting a job that requires local travel or something like that. I don't know. It's popping into my head. Whatever it is, good. Abundance right here. So, it would be successful if that is happening for you. It's weird that it's coming up now, but like in the future, I feel it, So this might be something you're preparing for. Or it might be an opportunity that presents itself that would be good for you to pay attention to, even though it won't come till next year. So, I would pay attention. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands can be an adventure or needing to go on an adventure. So, again, I think it is a very good adventurous time for you, Virgo, or it's a good time to go on adventures in general. I think it would be a good time to put yourself out there in general as well. So if you're doing anything in like work or business or career, being more adventurous is what I feel like this is kind of talking about. I kind of feel like some of you are like ready to get started. He's enthusiasm. He's also kind of like a card of needing to have a new beginning. But I just feel this energy of being charged up. It's like, as a kid, I used to play with those little race cars that you would kind of like, you would charge them up and then you would let them go. And that's kind of like the feeling I get on that Page of Wands is like you're charged up. And that's the best way you can describe it. So it's like you're about to be released. You're about to unleash yourself. With the Two of Cups, you have the Hierophant. Could be marriage, like I said, or marriage potential. I always say, just because marriage comes up twice here doesn't mean you absolutely have to marry this person. I was saying something about balance, and here you go. The Hierophant is initiating these two people into a belief system. So sometimes with the Hierophant, I feel that we can be attracting a person who shares a similar belief system to us, or they could just be a person who's being prepared for something just like us. So it can be a person who's on like at a similar energetic level to you, or a similar spiritual level. And it looks good. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. I feel like you need to stop working hard. You and Pisces, is basically what it is. I think that if you're smart, which if you're watching Minnow Tarot, you're probably above average intelligence. People who don't watch, I don't know. 9 out of 10 doctors that aren't real say this. So, it is what it is. But what I would say is that if you're smart, then you will simplify things in your life. I think that you need to do things to simplify your work. I think Pisces needs to do the same thing. So if you have Pisces in your chart, it's going to be extra true for you. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. I think that, instead of working hard, working smarter is going to lead to more success. And I would take advantage of it. With the Page of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like you're getting something people want. It's almost like you're beating the competition. For some of you, this could be love, but you could really be getting something that other people want and desire. I don't know. I feel like you feel good about it. Like I'm not even worried about it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Temple of the Soul card. It says you're on a karmic path, so you can unravel the mysteries of your karmic debts. You have this Cosmic Hatching card. It says what you've been waiting for is ready to be. Your patience is about to be rewarded. Yes, love it. So again, I think you're kind of like getting something you've been waiting for here. It is a karmic time for you. Again, North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. Whenever, Virgo and Pisces are definitely going to be dealing with like karmic things kind of because of the North Node and the South Node in those signs. The North Node and the South Node are invisible points in the sky. And, but they're very karmic. So you could be dealing with some karmic stuff. And that doesn't have to be a karmic person, right? That could be just a lesson, something that you need to learn. But again, this is good. I mean, based off this reading, Two Emperors, this could be leading to maturity. You could be making mature decisions and things like that. In the area of the good stuff, you have the Page of Pentacles, the Moon wanted to come out together, the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Definitely could be a new offer with the Page of Pentacles coming in for you. The Moon kind of says like you're not sure where it's going to go. But you know, the funny thing is with the Knight of Wands in this reading, you know, if this is a person, this is like one of those things where you wake up and it's like you've been together for 20 years. That's like literally what's popping into my head. But I mean that in a good way, where it's like maybe you're just like, you know, I'll go on a date with this person. I'll see how it goes. And then before you know it, it's like 20 years, 3 kids later, right? But like in a good way. I feel this is a good thing. It's not like you're going to be disappointed 20 years from now. I think you're going to be happy. You know, you're going to be like, damn, where did the time go? You know, how the hell did that happen in the best way possible? So I kind of get that energy here on this card. I also feel like this is true if you're about to commit to something new in work or business, that it's like all of a sudden you're just going to be, you know, things are going to be, you're going to be churning and earning and churning and burning here, Virgo, and things are going to be working, and you're just going to be like, wow, how the hell did that happen? That's kind of the energy I get off of those two cards. You have the Five of Cups. I don't know, I'm hearing you can't please everybody, so I just get this feeling of disappointment. But it's coming up in the good stuff, which is interesting. Again, I read intuitively, so even if a card comes up in the good stuff, if I feel like it's a challenge, I say it. And, you know, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's saying you cannot please everyone. There are always going to be times where you have to disappoint people, or your decisions disappoint people. The number one thing I say about disappointing people is, number one, that's on them. Really, we shouldn't be disappointed about what other people are doing. If I find that if I'm disappointed with what someone else is doing, then I'm too involved in their life and I'm not focused enough on my own life, right? So I think that people who get disappointed with other people's actions, they're way too focused on other people's lives, and they need to focus on their own lives, right? So it's like, really, you can't disappoint people. People disappoint themselves. So, you know, I don't know. I feel like someone needs to hear that. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, you know, being really happy. Definitely could be a love offer for those of you that want love coming in for you with the Ace of Cups. But I think the Ace of Cups is saying choose happiness, like we said at the beginning. It's like saying you need to do more things that will make you happy. You need to do more things that bring happiness into your life. With the Moon and the Page of Pentacles, you have the Magician. You've asked for this, so there's clearly something you've asked for that you are getting from the universe. Even the Hierophant, you know, he is blessing these two people in front of him. So you could have been hoping or praying for a blessing, and it's like you're getting a blessing. I always pull the card he's pointing to, which is this one. Oh, you can't make this up. It says, plan, scheme, strategize your future, and take the next right action in your life. Spider, we said that you need to have a process. I don't even care if it's a good process. It doesn't matter. I always say the thing about astrology is astrology doesn't care. Astrology says, I want you to do this thing in your life, or this is the energy. It's not even like that, because you can do it or not. The universe doesn't force us to do anything. But the universe says, hey, this energy exists for you to learn by doing these things, and you can or you can't. It's up to you. Right now, I think that we should have a process for the things that we're doing. It doesn't even have to be a good process. Like if you're trying to grow a business, just find, 3 steps that you can take and follow through on those 3 steps, right? And I think you'd be really happy with what happens. With the Five of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. Really good. It's like once you start putting yourself first, you will experience happiness. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty. It's also happy home, happy family. So for those of you that are trying to attract love or trying to attract a connection, I feel like you could be attracting a very happy connection here. Very good for love. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. It's also a card of like going somewhere you've never gone before. So the whole entire reading is definitely encouraging adventure with these cards and getting out on those boats. I do feel like you're receiving something, though, here, Virgo, like that you've been waiting for. The Three of Wands is your ships coming in, and I literally feel your ships are coming in on that Three of Wands. Like you're getting something you've been waiting for. You have this tree card that says affairs with your family. Ten of Cups, it would be good. I'm pretty sure you get these family cards with me a lot lately, Virgo, so a lot of you could just be doing things with family. You have this firecracker. It says excitement on it. Yes, I do feel like there could be a lot of excitement and happiness and joy coming in for you. I would do more things that excite you with that Ace of Cups, and also all these Wands cards. These cards want you to do things that you will enjoy, or they want you to do things that will make you happy, and that's what I would do there. You have this crib. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. I feel like there is something new that you're birthing, but it's like it's new, but it's old, is what I feel for you here. Did I call you Capricorn? Sorry if I called you Capricorn, but Virgo. Again, I think that there's something like new but old that you are working on. as I've said to you for months, a lot of you, this is probably attached to your identity, like you're rebirthing your identity. Even the Magician is reinvention. So a lot of you are birthing new things. You have this Diamond card. It says you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. I feel like you're receiving a gift for sure. There's so much stuff here, like blessings from the universe with the Hierophant. So definitely could be a blessing. You have this Lily card. It says spiritual love on it. Yeah, obviously, there is like a very spiritual connection that's coming up here. I think I literally said that on the Hierophant, that, these two people are on the same, they're kind of like going on the same path or the same journey. Now, the thing is that does not mean this person is exactly the same as you. They're probably not. Two of Cups is usually someone who's different than your usual type. But it's like your journeys, they could be similar but different, So that's also something to think about. But this looks really good, Virgo. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.